Today I'm excited to share how AI is helping Java developer to build application faster and more efficiently and making Java development and Jakarta development easier. So let's get started. I'm Gaurav Gupta and I'm senior software engineer and tech lead at Para Services Limited. And I'm also Apache NetBeans committer and part of NetBeans Dream Team. I'm author of JDIC tool, which is AI-powered Jakarta development and Java development tool for Apache NetBeans IDE. You can connect me over my social media handle, which is Gaurav Gupta. So the agenda of this session is I will create application for Git's conference, a sample application with the help of AI tools, and this will be a completely live coding session. So before deep diving in live coding in the Apache NetBeans IDE, let's go through some traditional development tool on which Java developers have relied on over years. So project generator is a tool and archetype is a tool that developers use to scaffold the application and it generates the application, but it depends on set of templates. And for a specific project needs, you need to customize a lot those templates. Visual designers are used to design database and UI layout, but they are not context aware. So for every component placement, it is a manual task. IDE auto completions are a really great tool, but they are limited to syntax suggestion in IDE because they are not aware about the context of project. They are just have they scans the dependencies in the project, so they are limited to syntax suggestion only. Test case and documentations are really essential for a project, but it takes a lot of time, development time, to write those things. So you see, these tools are really essential, but they have some limitation in terms of speed, adaptability, and context awareness. So what if we mix AI power technologies in these tools and what we will get, let's see. So when we mix AI powered solution in this tool, in the existing traditional tools like project generator with AI powered solutions become adaptive generator. It means it can dynamically generate web pages based on the context. It can decide what bootstrap icon of those entities and database item will have. It can generate title, text, all those things for the full stack application. Visual designer with AI driven approach become context aware designer. It means it can be operated with natural language command. So you can design your application with the natural language command with the help of context aware designer. Archetypes can be replaced with natural language command like in ChatGPT or any AI powered solution. You can just type a requirement and it will generate some source code. And IDE auto completion become smart completion with the AI driven approach. So it means it can generate a relevant code, not just helping with the syntax. And the AI driven test case and documentation generation saves a lot of time for developers. So it means it's helping with the smarter coding, not the harder way. So by reducing repetitive tasks, and so you focus on more innovative feature and design in your project. So I am going to use JDIC AI Assistant in Apache NetBeans IDE to create the application from scratch, and then I will run it on Para micro instance. So you see, this is the agenda on the right side I have here. I will follow all these steps from setting up AI assistant, then creating the project, then using the auto completion to generate the source code, and different scopes in auto completion, how you specifically precisely choose what source code you need to provide to AI provider so it can suggest better code, not complete project, not just a single class file. Then we will go through dynamically generating commit messages, test cases, and database assistant. Yeah, so in the last we will have AI assistant for database, so you can connect AI provider with your local database, and you can explore all those features in the database. And then in the last, I will use local LLM provider using Olama, which is going to use DeepSeek model. So at the end, you will see how local LLM provider you can also use in your IDE and generate those code dynamically without being connected to online network. Okay. So to set up AI assistant in Apache NetBeans IDE, it is quite simple. You just need to go tools plugin, and in the available plugins, you just need to search. You just need to search uh, Jedict AI assistant. So I have already installed. So it is listed in my list, installed section. This is already installed Jedict AI assistant. And to set up the provider, just visit tools, options. So you got setting here. By default, I have set up OpenAI provider. So you see there are many provider. OpenAI, you can use custom any provider which is following OpenAI protocol standard. You can use that. You can connect with that OpenAI provider. Google, DeepInfra, DeepSeek, Olama. This is for local provider. Anthropic, LM Studio, GPT for all. So these last three are for local LM provider. You can connect with those, and I will demonstrate in the last of this demo. So I selected, by default, I selected OpenAI, and I added the key here. And for the model, there are multiple options here. You can add any latest model here if you want. So I am selecting GPT-4o. So this is about AI model selection, and there is a provider settings. By default, you usually don't need this advanced setting, but if you are interested with customizing the providers, these are the LLM4j settings. You can get information from LLM4j documentation. Right, so this is very easy to set up. Just set up your OpenAI provider, provide key, and select the model, and you're done. Next, I'm going to use create a project. In the NetBeans, a simple web project, you can select Java with Maven web application, or I'm going to run with the Para micro application. So it's just going to add Maven plugin on this project. And it's as simple as like web application, as similar as that. So this will generate a project using Para micro archetype with the Para micro plugin. And I will run in the last of this demo. Once I will create a application. So once this project will be set up, I will initialize Git to view the changes step by step. Let me just rename it with a hello gits, and my package will be fish.para.gits. And for Para micro version, I will use 6.2025.4. So it's gonna use archetype to create the project. Yeah, so now project is created, and we got pom.xml here for the project, and some sample source code is generated here. We got REST endpoint and a simple JAX-RS REST endpoint here. Okay, so I will create one speaker class here in this project. Just simple Java class. I will name it speaker. So this class is created here, and it needs some attribute to progress with other features. So if I click enter in this editor, it will call AI assistant to suggest the possible next code. So it suggested private string name, and then another attribute topic, and it suggested some constructor and getter setter for this. But the same thing I can do with auto completion also. So auto completion feature is in NetBeans with control space. You see ID will suggest some options here like equals, hash code, finalize, but there is a one more option for AI autocompletion. So in that case, you need to press Control Alt space. So now it's gonna use a AI assistant to fetch the possible list of snippets that can be placed in this class. So now you see it suggested some source code, like in the first it says string name, then it suggested another possible option is these three attributes. Another possible option is constructor. So you see, we are getting some suggestion from AI with the auto completion, and you can exchange these sort keys in the inline completion. Either you can use Control space or Control Alt space, whatever you are comfortable with the options. You can exchange the AI completion with that auto completion option. So you see, there are two easy possible way to generate source code in the editor itself by pressing enter or auto completion. But how can we enforce our input, or we can communicate with the AI assistant? Because this is not a chat window. We have separate chat window, but this is not separate chat window here. So how we can share some input to AI assistant what we want to generate. First possible way is AI assistant can't just guess the possible next source code. Like if I type private string first name, and then if I press enter, AI assistant will think about the possible next attribute. So you see it suggested last name and constructor, because there is a existing attribute first name. So AI is thinking about the possible next attribute, which is quite related, the last name. So that's the way AI assistant thinks about with the help of existing code without any input. And other possible way is we can use prompt. So prompt is really good sort keys. So you can develop your own tools with the help of prompt. So to create your prompt, custom prompt, just visit to settings again. And here there are many prompts you can add if you want. So I will add one prompt, get set, and here I will add my instructions, create getter and setter method. Okay, so I have just added very simple prompt, and now if I will type here /get set and I will press enter, now AI assistant will have some input information about what I really want here, not just a random snippet code in this editor. So now it is in my control what I really wanted, getter and setter. So you see, NetBeans already have options to create getter and setter. So this is just an example. You can create your own generator in the IDE with the help of prompt. Like if I as of now it is just generated getter and setter, and if I add some more instructions in this prompt, uh, like I have added here, yeah, with default constructor equals hash code and all those details. See, now if I type get set and press enter, now it will understand, have requirement, what I really wanted here. So you see, it created constructor, getter, setter, equals, hash code, toString, all those things, whatever I have instructed in the prompt. Another possible way to communicate with AI assistant in the editor is using JavaDoc. Uh, like I have just written JavaDoc here, return speaker info. And if I press enter here, now it is getting the possible closest suggestion with the help of JavaDoc, what I really wanted here. So it suggested get speaker info by merging both name. And same way, I can just write simple comment here, get return speaker sort name. And if I press enter again, it will suggest me the next possible code, because I have written comment here. So it got the understanding what I actually wanted here. Other possible way to communicate with AI assistant. So let me create a REST endpoint with the help of this class. So I will add few more attributes like personal email and official email. And one more thing, in the prompt, you can also customize your information. Like I have added get set, and I can add here skip personal email. So AI assistant will understand that I want to generate getter and setter with equals, hash code, and all those things, but just ignore the personal email. So it is customizing your prompt dynamically in the editor itself. Yeah.
Was not a syntax on that's just text.
Your text input. You need to just insert slash before the prompt. So I got the all the getter setter and equals hash code. Let's move to creating a REST endpoint. I have already one REST endpoint which is generated by IDE. I will delete this. So the next step to communicate with AI assistant using prompt plus existing source code as a file. So I will use new file. I will go to other and here generate file using AI. And here in the target file, I will name it speaker resource.java. And in the source file, I will pass this Pojo class, which is speaker, right? And in the prompt, there are a list of prompts. So I will select REST prompt, which is already existing prompt. You can customize, you can delete it and add your own. I will show this in a second. And here you can add some other context if you want, some other information to the AI assistant, but I don't need my REST prompt is sufficient, what I really wanted here. So let's visit to the REST prompt. This is just I have created before this session. So what I'm saying, there is a lot of instructions here, so I don't want to add during this session. So what it says, generate JAX-RS RESTful resource with full CRUD operation, with total count records, with pagination support, with search function, with sorting functionality, with proper usage of HTTP status code, with using path and query parameter and supporting JSON request and response. So this is the simple template I'm following when generating the JAX-RS endpoint. So you can customize, you can delete whatever way you can handle it. So this is just a sample tool you can use to create your own prompt here. So it generated endpoint here. See, we got CRUD operations for get speaker, create speaker, and list speaker, update speaker, delete speaker. And you see there is...
What? See, that is a piece, the text English or in the probably
in the editor or in the prompt. In the prompt, it is normal text English. Yeah, free text.
Then I can.
Yeah, of course. There is no syntax. Yeah. So you see, sometime AI hallucinate, like there is no speaker service, but it is there must be some speaker service. So I can create a speaker service, or I can just comment it. Let me see if it is used here. Sometime if you generate, it may not create a speaker service, but now it is using a speaker service. So I will create this class here. Or I can ask AI assistant in the chat window here. Because this class is missing, I easily ask, create speaker service for JAX-RS endpoint. In some cases, this just generate without a speaker service, or because this is something like a random, not in your control. Whatever you can control is with the prompt. So it suggested me a speaker service with all those functions here. And it is actually not storing the database. If I instruct here, create a speaker service with the help of JPA, Hibernate, or any instructions, then it will follow those. So by default, it is created very basic by speaker service. I will store it in this package. So now it is saved here. I will close this chat window. So here it is suggesting speaker service find by email Yeah, now all those compilation error have been fixed. I have not seen what is actually written in the speaker service. I have to check if it is having some error when I'm gonna run this application. So see, this is the way to communicate with AI assistant, all the possible way using in the editor, right? Now I will create one function to demonstrate how you can use reference in the AI assistant, because now you have just passed a simple text, but you have a very big project like 100 or thousands of Java files, and you don't want to pass on every request all those files. You want to precisely select uh, what file you need to pass to the AI assistant on each request. Suppose if you don't pass any file, then it will just suggest the garbage code because it is not aware about your existing project context. And if you pass complete project every time, then it will cost you a lot. And again, every time if you pass all those project details, then again it may suggest garbage because you are not providing the exact context what you are looking for. So reference-based assistance can help you in that case. Okay. Uh, okay, so let me move all those in the same package, for instance, so I can demonstrate package-based assistance. So in the speaker service, I just want to create a function which is send email to speaker using Jakarta mail, right? And if I ask AI assistant to generate the source code for this one, let's see what it generates. So I'm using auto completion here. So it may suggest 2-3 options. Let's see. This third one seems very relevant. Right. I will select this one. Let's see what it suggests. So it is suggesting just a normal code to send email to speaker and go to settings, inline completion. So here you can select current class, reference class, current package, and entire project. Whatever option you will select, it will pass the source code based on this context. So if you select current class, it will just pass the source code of the current editor class. And if you select the reference classes, then it will send the current class plus signatures of all those related class which is used in the current class as an attribute or parent. Not the complete source code, but the signature. And if you select the current package, then it will send the current class source code plus the signature of all those classes in the current package. So not complete source code is sent, only the signature, like signature of all those functions, all those public function in the current package. And same for entire package, entire project. So it always doesn't set any source code. It just shares the signature, but the source code of current class. Let me. The issue is here.
Okay.
Let me create one more. So you see, it is. I have selected current class, but it is aware of official email. It should not be because I'm not sending a speaker class, but it is aware of official email because somewhere in this code it got the link of official email. But if I create a speaker util, let me create a speaker util. And let me create a speaker instance here. And if I again ask the same code with the help of AI, and this time it will not be aware of all those functions in the speaker. So it may lead to some compilation error because now it will guess what functions the speaker can have instead of having the accurate details. Okay, let me check which. Okay, I will select. This seems a bit relevant to me. Send email. See if we got some compilation error. Yeah, you see, it is now guessing that a speaker may have email function. So it is just predicting that just set the get email. But if we select options, reference classes, now it will send the signature of the listed attributes or parent classes. So we will get more accurate suggestion from the AI. Now it will send the signature of like public method in the speaker. You see, if we see here, we got it understood speaker have official email. Yeah, earlier it suggested only get email because earlier it was just guessing. It doesn't have any signature of a speaker or its attribute. Okay, I will delete this source code. This is for a demonstration of how reference settings actually can work. Okay. So the next step is
The editor and then the subject models coming from the element. For example, you have a function element, and then ask the element where make a small change. And that's you need to make sure that that's not this only change or that
yes, I will also come to that part. Yeah, that's actually a really important feature, and I never ever want to copy paste all the code from the AI. I just want to pick what is best for me, what I wanted, and this is where our diff window comes, and I will demonstrate. Okay, so there are some small text suggestion feature which can use with the help of AI, like we have here subject and content parameter. Later on, I will use config properties, but right now I'm going to just use the as attribute in the editor. So you see, later on I will move it to properties. So AI suggested me some title, subject, and the message for the email. You see, and here if I do some grammatical mistake, and here I will get hint to fix my grammatical mistake, fix grammar issue using assistance. So it will fix. It just doesn't mean it will revert. It can do anything here, but the objective is to fix the grammar mistake. It can improve the text quality. Uh, if you want additional subject or messaging, you can just press auto completion. It will suggest the next possible text for this subject or messaging. So let's keep the subject small and just extend the message here. I am just asking in the middle of this message to extend it further. You see, we are getting many suggestions to based on the existing messaging, existing subject, what can be expanded here, right? And this is like something it is suggested as a subject. I can enhance this text quality. I can use some alternate subtext subject for this. If I click enhance text quality using assistance, it will suggest some alternate subject. So this time it is just suggesting something long, but I don't want this, so I can revert it. And it can help me to create a JavaDoc for this. Earlier I have shown with the help of JavaDoc you can create function, but again here with the help of function you can generate the JavaDoc. So I asked in the hint create JavaDoc using assistance, and if I can enhance this JavaDoc further. So right now the description is very small, and I can further enhance it. Enhance existing JavaDoc for the method. So it may add more details to this JavaDoc. Okay. The next part is snippet enhancement. Now I want this function because I'm using my personal Gmail account to send the email in this demonstration, and I want to use Gmail account. I can ask here some query for this method. Use Gmail account. So it gonna use those port and settings properties for Gmail account. And you see there is no diff as of now. But I will show the same thing how you can, it directly changes the source code, and most of you don't want this way. You want to actually pick the source code what you actually wanted. So what I'm gonna do here, I have some other requirement in this code. So with the editor, I use Gmail account. Now I will open the chat window, AI assistant open in chat. And here I will ask add logging to this class. So not it will add some logging message to this function and all over the other functions. So now it is suggesting me some description, how logging can be added, and the updated source code. So let it complete so the diff window will appear. Yeah, so we got the complete source code, the modified source code in the chat window. And one option is just blindly accept it, which I really don't want, which is just update speaker and it will update the speaker class. But I really don't go this way. Other option is use diff speaker service. And here I will get diff window. What I really wanted is I can pick step by step. I want to pick this import because this is what I wanted. I want to pick this logger attribute. This is what I wanted. And I want to this logging message, preparing to send email, right? This logging message I wanted here, and I can add one logging message at the end. And it is suggesting a lot of other logging message here. I can skip. I don't want to update all those things. I'm just focusing on, as of now, on the send email. So this I wanted, and I got here. You see, I got logging message here in the actual source code. I got in the end of this send email source code and the attribute and all those things. The next step, I'm again gonna use chat window to use from email and from email password, because my personal email and password is in environment variable. I'm not gonna hard code those things here. So I will ask to use those things from environment variable. So it will again modify the source code and suggest me what. I need to give more detail here about the function, what I'm gonna ask, because now it got wrong response in this case. Use from email and from password from environment variable and send email to speaker. Let's see what it's gonna produce. Okay, there is something getting wrong here. Oh, right. I did one mistake. Is I selected this function, so it will not use the context of this file. I will again show what mistake I did. If you select some part like this part, so it will lost the context and it will use the selected context. If I use in the AI assistant, so it will have this context. There will be no file in this context. But if I select complete source code, like I have not selected any text part, and then I will open in the chat window. So there is a context of this class file, which I mixed earlier. Then it was assuming it is JavaScript because I just in the context there was nothing in the input. So I will again pass my input here. So this time it will suggest what I actually really wanted. So now it is suggesting to fetch the email and password using using the environment variable. And you see, this time it is not suggesting complete source code. It is just showing me only the functions which I requested. There is no other complete source code, very short function, concise to the way. And I will differentiate it. And I will pick what I really wanted is this from email and password. And in the here also from email and password, and this hard-coded email, you see, this hard-coded email will be replaced with the system environment values. I will update this one too. And I think there is no other changes that I got in the chat window. And the source code is updated with those value. And the last one I'm going to use a diff window is now I want to use this subject and content from some properties from resource folder instead of hard coding in this function. So I will ask AI assistant to fetch subject and content. Here it is content. I can, yeah, this is font. I can use here, and in the context there is a speaker service file, and I will ask fetch subject and the attribute name is content. I will use fetch subject and content from microprofile config properties, and now it will use the microprofile config to inject these properties in the runtime. So it is suggesting me, let's see what it suggests. It is suggesting me to use these properties dynamically from the microprofile config properties, and it is also having some default value here. You can just delete if you don't want default value directly in this here, and I will pick this changes here. So this microprofile config properties import I got. I want this config properties at root, and this one also for the email content, and I will replace this hard-coded subject and content with the dynamically updated content. And all well here now, I think. Yeah. Yeah, all looks good. And other suggestion I got from the AI is to save these properties in the microprofile config properties file. So I will save in the microprofile config just by clicking save as, and here I'm going to use main resources meta nf, and I will name it microprofile config properties because it is suggested by AI, and here it will be available. You see, we got here all those details. Sorry? So it suggested the name, and I am aware where it usually lives. It lives in the meta nf folder under the resource, all those properties file. So here AI didn't suggested me, I think, the path of microprofile config. So this is just an example, right? And I got the all those changes in the speaker service with the help of chat window and diff window. And other way AI can help me to define the better variable and method naming. So if I select this method and I click auto completion here, now it will suggest me some better naming for these functions like dispatch email to speaker, email speaker, notify speaker by email. You see, there are a lot of options. Every time I click on this, it may suggest some other names. Or if at the end of this function, I can also expand, although it is already quite a big naming here. And the same way, I can select this variable or this variable here, and I click refactoring. So refactoring is enabled. And now if I'll ask, you see, refactoring is enabled. This is highlighted using the control or sort key. And now if I ask AI assistant to rename this variable with the help of auto completion, so it's gonna suggest some possible name like email body template. Yeah, look, this looks fine to me because this is actually a template. And I got this suggestion, and it is updated everywhere in the code. So this is how a smart naming works for with the help of AI assistant in the Apache NetBeans IDE. So now comes how chat window has different scope. So you see, every time I was selecting AI assistant from this editor and AI assistant having information about this speaker class. If I select this package, this complete package, and select AI assistant chat window here, now it will have context about all those classes in the package. And every time I do some input here in the chat window, it will have context and information about the complete package. In the same way, if you want some broader information or you are not aware learning about the project, you can just pick AI assistant at complete project level. Now it will have information at the project level in the context. And the same way, if you are working on the web web pages, you can just select web pages AI assistant. It will have information about all those files in the web pages. So this is how chat scope works. You select on the package on the selected file. Like I want to work on speaker and speaker service, nothing else. I can click AI assistant. Now it will have context about these two files. I can select a specific set of file across multiple package by picking those and work on those specific context. And this is the way you can actually not use ChatGPT in the web browser. This is the way IDE really works by picking a specific set of file or instructions. So this is about the scope, and there is one system messaging. Before going to system messaging, there is a one icon here. You see, this is AI assistant default without any context. It is not aware about your project context because this is a default chat. So if I ask create hello world program, it have no info about the project. It may create whatever language it may have. So it is suggesting Python, Java, C, because this is not related to, this chat window is not related to project. This is a global ID chat window. So it is suggesting me Python, Java, C, JavaScript, C Sharp, Ruby, Go, so on. And there is a one system messaging options. Here I can write the message like I am Java developer or I am a Spring developer. I am working on JDK 17 or whatever the instructions you want to give. Like I am working on Python project, like as simple as that. And if I again ask this instructions to the AI assistant, wait, let me again check. Okay, this time it is actually suggesting across all snippet. It should actually suggest only the Python. So there is a one more per chat context. Like here, if I ask create program with logging, so I specific instructions in this chat window. Again, if I ask so there are two instructions as of now. One is system messaging, which will work across all project. I am working on Python project. Whatever chat window you will open, it's gonna use that system messaging. Sometimes it hallucinate and cannot provide the real information what you ask, and depends on how low level model or how better model you are using. And here it is instructions as per this chat window. It will be gone once you close this chat. So here I asked two things. In the system message, I asked, I am working on Python project. And in this chat messaging, chat rules, I asked, create a program with logging. Always follow the logging rules. So it created Python program with specifically focusing on logging, not missing the logging details in this program. So this is how system messaging and scope across different chat works. So like I have speaker resource endpoint here, I can use this endpoint to create test case for this for this speaker resource. There are multiple way to create test cases. Like you can create your own custom prompt. Like I have created prompt to generate REST endpoint. You can write a test prompt like you want to work on JUnit. You have some specific test framework you are working. you can provide some samples, follow these instructions, follow this template to generate the test code, test cases for the class, and you can use the prompt directly in the editor, or you can use generate the new file using AI. And like I want to use a speaker test, and for the source file I'm just creating a source test cases for the Pojo, and my test prompt is very simple, like create JUnit test cases, nothing else. I have not mentioned any other details in the test prompt, which I will show. And yeah, I can create in the any package or any directory I want. Oh, sorry, I missed the .java. So it will use the prompt to create the test cases, and my prompt is very simple.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Most coverage.
Yeah, it is what you write in your prompt. I in the prompt I just write generate JUnit test. In the real life case, I could have written like 5-6 lines of the complete instructions. So this is just what AI suggested, and yeah. So I don't have dependency. I will just delete it as well here. And other thing is I can use commit message to decide the commit messaging. So in behind the scene, it uses the current diff file which is not committed, and generate the commit message based on those things. And let me open the database. So in the database, I have just in-memory database, H2 database. Let me connect it. And it doesn't have any file, any table here, because this is empty in-memory database. Every time I close it, everything is gone. So I will create a table for this one. So there are two features in the database assistant. One is SQL AI assistant. So let me connect with the database using execute command. So the execute command is a window, a feature in the NetBeans IDE. You can write a SQL query here and execute it. What I want here is create a table for this speaker class. Let me copy this code. And there are multiple ways to do it. I can just open chat window and ask to create insert query, or I can just copy this source code here in the SQL editor itself, and I will comment this. And now I will ask create table for speaker. Let's see if it's gonna work or not. If it's not gonna work, then I will use chat window for more detail. Okay. So I have given my class what I wanted, what it should have, and now I will ask to create a table for a speaker. Let's see. Yeah, so it suggested me a query to create a table for speaker. Let me run this query from here, and in the database it must have created a speaker table. You see, we got here the speaker table. Now I will ask in this prompt in this SQL command. I will just delete all my data. Now the SQL this execute command window have information about the database, the current database. Now there is no detail. You see this window is completely empty. I have not provided any comment or detail. Now I will ask create, I will ask insert 5 sample speaker, and I will comment it. Now I will press enter. Let's see what it gonna produce. Yeah, you see, it suggested 5 speaker, some sample here, and I will insert those. Let me do some modification here, like pyrr.fish. So I can do some query, specific query. Okay, Okay, now I will run this. Yeah, so this data must be available here. If I click view data and go to the window, you see all data is inserted here. And if I ask here, I can again delete all these things. I can ask here, search speaker from Payara. So it may create some query by filtering with the help of some queries. Like right now, if you click enter, it will again suggest one solution. But if you want some specific set of suggestions, you can always try auto completion. So this is the place where you get list of suggestions. You can pick actually what you want. So you see, I got 3 suggestions from AI. In the first suggestion, it is using both personal and official email. In the second one, it is suggesting me to filter out using official email.
Yeah.
And third one was personal email. Actually, I have added official email. I will again select only the official email to fetch. Yeah. And if I again run this query, it may fetch only values. So you see, you can create as many as queries based on the current database context. You don't need to provide any information about the database. It will get all those information, the signature from this existing database, right? And next, I think, yeah, you can connect any DB, Oracle DB, Postgres, or whatever. It will use the database signature. So you don't need to provide any information in this chat window. It will always have a context information about this. So this is about executing command, and this is part of native part of Apache NetBeans. This is not related to plugin. Only plugin is doing is having AI powered suggestion in the editor. Other thing is you can use chat window. So this is the chat window in Apache NetBeans, which is having the database information. So here I can ask create React JS app from speaker. So I have just added this comment, and behind the scene it have information about the database schema. So it will use that schema to create the React JS application, whatever way you can use JSF or based on your requirement. So it will have information. You see, I have not provided a first, last name or other information, but this code will have all those information with the help of database schema. Yeah, this is how a database assistant work. And if you want to use in any online AI provider, you need to provide all those database schema for every query. Okay, the last thing I want to showcase is a local LLM provider. So I am currently using here I am using OpenAI, which is sending all the data to ChatGPT, and I have seen many companies are even restricted using the AI. The ChatGPT is blocked there because you cannot send the source code. The other best solution is you can use local LLM provider, but the issue is if you want to use bigger model, which will provide some better suggestion, realistic suggestion for your code base, you can usually not run those model in your laptop in low powered, low memory laptop. So what you have to set up some infra running those local model in a private network and sharing all those that model in a VPN to all those employees in a company. So I'm going to use Olama here. As of now, it is not listed any model. So what I have to do, I have to start Olama. So Olama is installed in my system, and let's see, is there any model running? No, there is no model running. Let me see if there is already some model installed. Yeah, it is saying there are 2 model installed. One is very, very small, 1.1 GB. And if I connect this model, it will just give some help in terms of text chat, but really not useful in auto completion, because auto completion is works with some of JSON data is passed. So it is not as simple as that. Will not work with very small LLM provider, that needs some very smart and bigger model. So I'm going to use a moderate model here, which is latest DeepSeek R1 latest 4.7 GB. I will use, this is bit moderate, but still very small. It will really not useful in real life scenario. In the real life, you have to set up infra and use some bigger model. But for demonstration, I will use this small model. So what command I got here? Olama run, and I will use DeepSeek R1 latest. So this model, this is starting this model here locally in my system. Yeah, I can just chat here, create Java sample program in the command line. So you see it is working in the command line. Now I will connect in the IDE. Okay, now I will connect in the IDE. So here I can insert the model here, but let me change and get back to again, because now it is started, so it will pick all those model here. So the Olama is started, it is giving messages on what model I can use. I started the latest one. I will select latest. This is a URL. There is no API key needed for the local running model by default. I will close all those source code. And let me open a default chat window here. Let me also remove, I am not Python developer, so I will just remove here system message. Okay, I will ask, who are you? So you see, this is now a response is getting from DeepSeek model. And in the past, I have tried some other models also, and those models are quite slower. Even if I ask some local running model with the help of auto completion, those response are quite slower if I compare with the ChatGPT or Google Gemini. But yeah, DeepSeek have changed it to some extent, but still you need a good infra to get those response as fast as Google Gemini or OpenAI.
But what do we execute that?
So sorry.
The question what is not working. Correct, but yes, the taken from the talking technique.
Yeah, yeah.
The thing is probably like the but
Yeah, it.
one of the
Yeah. So yeah, every time if question is not having so much information, it may generate some rubbish output also. Let me ask a question. Create. Uh,
the Bible Python was like that couple the first one.
okay, I will remove this information here also. Create a hello world Java program. Let me see if it works. Because these models are quite small, they will always not generate the real output you actually want in your day-to-day job.
And also the speaker only select the you think for the select the like when it's selected then select the call in the German type create service.
Yeah.
Like what is that? I want to capture the everything that to get the say as the regular but it's not create the soup and then it's accepting thing that
Yeah.
caption is
Yeah.
so besides those two classes
Yeah.
then yes
Yeah. For those two classes.
and also for you said that the great opera you become the great service great speaker that is not correct other than I want to read it
Yeah.
and I selected that then
Yeah, if you select, then it will use only the selected part context. So it is better to select the complete file and in the chat ask, I want to work on this specific function.
and this topic is having any limitation. Hey,
So sorry?
and state local do have any limitation.
AI?
Others, look at it.
Okay, okay. Yeah, so it depends on model. Like if I select GPT-4o mini, then it have some limited token model. If you use GPT-4o, then it have more better window. So the window is depends on the model you select.
But by that, let's say that I have bought an year.
Yeah. Yeah, if you have API key, you can use. Yeah, yeah, API key. So API key can be used for any model. It will detect the charges based on those. But in the ID, everything is free. The AI assistant ID, all those things. It depends on you what model you're gonna use. So if I ask auto completion, because this model is very small, let's see if it's gonna work. The auto completion works here or not. It may work or it may, because the